Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is DevTales, where we're going to be working on our SCAR system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. This system is available for open playtest on our Discord as well as itch.io. Go take a look at it, let us know what you think. We also have Placid Plastic Duck Simulator in the upper right, because duck.
Duck.
Enough said. Duck. Quack.
Quack.
Alright, so, first thing on the docket today. Let me bring up the note document if I remember which. And I chose the wrong one. Dang it. Not that one. Not that one either. That one. There we go. Alright, first up on the to-do list. So, the first thing here is... I feel like with the way dots work now, dots may be too expensive for applying them on a move. I
Just regular dots?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dot trait for damage.
Okay.
Because, yeah, to be fair, before it was just like flat value damage. Now it's like roll.
Yeah.
So
it is now roll as well as it's also very easy to remove.
yeah, that is true.
Um,
Because before you also like basically, it was kind of also hard to remove.
yeah. So pricing on that definitely is a little high now. It does have the potential to deal, you know, each one could potentially deal 5 damage if you roll well and it doesn't get removed. But
Yeah, it's basically the tank buster of the normal damage options. That's its role.
yeah. But again, it's really easy to remove, especially if you get if they have the quick cleanse feat.
Oh yeah, no, but it is how you deal damage to tanks reliably, semi-reliably. But yeah, I mean, like kicking it down because it's at 18 right now.
Yeah.
Kicking it down to like 12 and making it match with get 1 guaranteed damage seems okay-ish to me. Because the other thing to remember is that it also costs 2 power cap as well.
Yeah. I was thinking closer to like 9. Well, I suppose with our... Well, no, with our setup we could go 10. 10 would be good. Because, yeah, where it's at right now is definitely way too expensive. It's definitely more than just power by itself, especially because it gives you a power roll having just one of these.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, because also, the thing is that basically what it does is it gives you a power roll against them every turn with basically it also being like true damage. So the thing about it that makes it really interesting to think about in terms of value is that it effectively kind of sort of is power, but it just delays it a bit. It's cleansable, but it delays it a bit, and it deals true damage.
Which is why I'm saying, make it a little bit more expensive than power. Guaranteed damage, I mean... I might honestly say we drop that down to 10 as well.
No, that's at where it is because of math. As
Okay,
a reminder.
fair.
Guaranteed damage is fine. Building power, I could see an argument for changing its cost. Not as much.
I could...
Yeah, building powers feels fine where it is because that gets out of control quick.
As long as they get to use it every turn.
Well, yeah, but also if they're not allowed to use it, like let's say they get disabled, it doesn't reset.
It doesn't.
They have to use it
reset
every turn. They have to use it every turn that they're capable.
Okay.
Yeah, but if they are
Good.
unable to, which I suppose on that front, did we ever determine because they can't get to the target? Like the target moves out of range? I don't know if I don't think we've got rules for that.
Is it building power upon successful hit or building power if used?
Successful hit. You have to hit. If
Then-
you use it and miss, it counts as you having used it, and you don't reset, but you don't build.
Yeah. That it only builds upon hit means that if they're out of range, they wouldn't be able to use it.
Well, they
And that
could
would break
technically still use it to maintain it, so... But either way, guaranteed damage, we're good with that where it's at. I'd be okay with dropping... Well, considering dropping building power down to, say, 15, but not any lower. But damage over time, I think 10 feels good to me on that.
Yeah, 15 is as low as building should go. 10 for the damage over time. I mean, that's going to be kind of cheap, but also it's kind of a... When you put that on, like, it's very easily, like, if the opponent just deals with it, like, it doesn't feel as impactful. So, yeah, it's probably... I'd prefer 12, but 10 is fine.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's kind of in that middle area where it could be really bad. But also that's only if the person just ignores it.
Yeah, but there is also the fact that, well, effectively, every dot you put on someone is, at standard difficulty 0.4 repeating true damage expected value. Which means that once you put, like, 5 on someone, on average, you're also, going to be dealing probably chip damage against them with the base move, and then also dealing an additional 2 true damage at the start of their turn per turn that they don't cleanse the damn thing.
I mean, in our experience, in our experience so far, it has very much shown that, 40% chance is, well, that's what we wind up seeing.
Nova's not allowed to get dot damage. Got it.
Yeah, Nova is denied, just outright. But everybody else winds up everyone else just winds up, barely doing anything with dots.
So
Counterpoint, I'm gonna put it on poison and fire anyway.
Suggestion, we could always go with 12 for now and reassess after a little bit more playtesting to see, because once we move it down to 12, that should allow anybody that has dot damage to up the amount of dots that they can put on and see how that rolls. Would that be a fair way of handling it? Anyways, this way, we're not debuffing anything. later on down the line.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm honestly fine with either. It's just 12 is my preference.
I
I'm
definitely
partially
lean
leaning
towards
towards
10. You're leaning towards 12? Alright.
Yeah, because it's easy to bring it down. It pisses people off to bring it up, you know?
That's fair. Alright, so we'll set dot to... Raharu... Oh, you don't have the sheet up.
I'm here now.
yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I was away for a moment.
Sports ball kickoff.
Dots are definitely something I haven't played with around with. However, by the sound of it, it does sound like one of the major advantages to dots is that it forces an opponent to deal with it.
As
Yeah.
I have seen from a few storytellers already, they don't always bother dealing with it.
Yeah. Which also means that it'll quickly get out of control. But also, you know.
It's also incredibly to remove because, you know, they get to make a full roll for successes to remove it, and meanwhile, you've only got two... You know, you've only got a few that you're actually applying every turn. But either way...
It's one of those things that you have to go all into to be successful with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the things where, like always, it combos really well with Fury.
Now there's an idea.
Even putting one dot on, like, a Fury means that, like, you quickly get up to... Like, even just on hits, you get up to 4, 5 dot on someone, like, per Fury you do. The hard part is that you gotta remember that Fury and damage over time each have 2 power cap, so you need to be able to have 4 power cap on your quick moves before you even do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does combo really well with that, I can say.
Alright, so Raharu, go and note down damage over time, reducing to 12 XP. And so we were discussing building power. Do we want to leave that where it's at or drop it down to 15?
15 is fine, mostly because also that means that on turn 3, it's reached its EXP, like, exactly in terms of value. Which is where we wanted it to be about anyway. I don't remember why we had it at 18.
I think that 18, I think, is a leftover from the initial flip over, because we haven't really looked at power and experience cost since.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Oh, I remember why. It's because originally you didn't have to hit with it. So we had it at a higher cost because you didn't have to hit, you just had to use it.
Yeah, so...
Alright, so note down building power, reducing to 15 XP.
This one, 10 out of 10, baby.
Do we want to just get rid of draining over time?
I have a character with it.
I have a character with it.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is with the new pricing, at least, damage over time plus lifesteal. Well, I guess lifesteal is only 50%.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we can
They
leave draining
also-
as is.
Also, as far as I'm aware, does lifesteal even work on damage over time? Like, if you have both the traits? I thought that lifesteal only worked on the initial.
Yeah, as far as we have it written, I think it's only initial.
It might be unclear, actually. If I go to the thing, let me
The
check.
user is healed by 50% of the damage caused after the target's integrity is taken into account. When used to target multiple creatures, this trait only restores health from the largest amount of damage done to a singular target. It does not have any limitations on... Oh god. Undo. It does not have any actual rules regarding damage over time. I personally would say it does work with damage over time.
I mean, I guess it is also another 2 power cap trait. So, like, you know what? Sure. But we should also clarify that it does work with that because, you know, making it clearer is generally better.
Okay, I actually looked at draining over time. It is also only 50%. So
They're identical.
there's... yeah. Draining over time is just more expensive than using having lifesteal and damage over time.
There is one important thing to consider, though, which is just that draining over time only takes 2 power cap.
That's fair.
Because despite the fact that it's combining multiple things and it's really expensive, it only uses 2 power cap. Which means that it's also nicer for later game builds. Because later game, you have a bunch of XP to work with on your caps, but you don't have as much power cap to use. And we don't have negative traits that reduce power cap usage.
I think what we're going to do on that is reduce it to be equal to the combined cost of lifesteal and damage over time. I'll put in a note pointing out that, hey, this is, you know, while this seems like the same as those, it is only 2 power. However, it does have the disadvantage of it only applies for the damage over time part of it instead of the initial damage that you would get with damage over time.
Does this mean that if you buy draining over time and put lifesteal in the move, you get 100% on the dot portion?
I'm good with that.
All right. Just wanted to check
yeah.
that.
Okay, I need to change some things for a character then. On a side note, random thing outside of thing that is funny, if you guys would like to hear it.
Sure.
I bought my tabs for my car a month ago. The state government sent me out a reminder to buy tabs for my car for this year.
Oh.
I love those automated systems.
Alright, so draining over time, we're going to reduce that to 27 XP. Oh, that would be out of our... No, that would still be divisible by 3.
Yeah, because 3 times 9.
Yeah. Alright, also note down Raharu. Put in a reminder for me to make a note explaining that lifesteal and draining over time do stack. And what was the other note that we wanted on lifesteal? That it also applies to damage over time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Also put in note lifesteal does apply to damage over time.
Be right back.
Continue, but be right back.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for that for now. So, remove that. There is a note here for Revisit Collective. Under telepathy. What are we revisiting there? I don't remember.
Who put that in?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I'm clicking through the prior things until revisit collective.
I might have put that in there, but usually I, put in discussion and then...
Oh, I know. I looked through and I know what happened. You made a dot at one point and then told me real quick to put in revisit collective because I think it happened during something Wild Traditions related. I think. Was that it? Because that's the only game that actively has collective going, right?
I believe it is.
So I think I got told to just put in like revisit collective real quick, and then so I just wrote that. I don't know what it was about, honestly.
I don't remember either. I'm pretty sure it's Wild Traditions. Because Norton has collective that nobody uses.
Which, I'm just gonna say, Ren, you should really remember that Rain has collective active.
Actually, I do believe that certain people have not entered it.
Everybody in the main group should have.
They almost nobody's visited Norton to get that done.
Yeah, true. Despite literally reminding everybody that they're can have their cell phones connected to the infinite network.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
To be fair, I think that didn't Nova wasn't even given a phone until that was a thing.
Yeah.
What?
Because I know Narashi is, I know you are, I know Cobalt is, I know Spike is,
Hello?
but I don't think Ren ever brought his phone to Norton, and I don't think Osmond did either.
I don't think I did.
But you still have a cell phone, by the way, Ren.
Yeah.
There is a group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look at what collective even does. Choose other signature scale. Yeah. I literally don't know what we...
Well, we'll leave it there for now and come back to it later, I guess.
Yeah, because like looking at it, I'm just like, I don't know what we were looking at here.
Yeah, no clue.
Yeah, I got no damn clue.
I got nothing noted down on any of my sheets, so...
I'm sure we'll figure it out later. All right, next
You were
up.
saying it, the amount of people in the collective slots?
I feel it had something to do with the phone thing or such.
That was just flavor on my part, so... I don't know.
Yeah. Which honestly, if it's not telepathic, I will probably drastically reduce it because you're relying on hardware that may not always be actively accessible and such.
It was thematic. That's why the choice.
Yeah.
I prefer thematics even if they come at a detriment. Because thematics.
Alright, but anyways, next up, medicine can be used to assist anytime something medical related is involved. Yes, that is something that came up in DAH, and that should have been there from the start.
Yeah,
I'm
because
pretty
medicine
sure
doesn't
it's
allow
somewhere
you to
there.
technically.
Medicine doesn't allow you to what?
Technically speaking, because we have medicine as a resist skill for blight, for example. Technically speaking, trying to assist someone else with a condition, like resisting a condition, doesn't let you, technically speaking, just use medicine to help them resist as a resist thing. You'd have to use one of the skills. Currently, at least.
I would say that for conditions, like, for you trying to resist it, it is based on the skills that are listed. However, for somebody else, such as the party medic, the party healer, they should absolutely be able to help you with medicine. I don't necessarily, like, out of combat, I think we could possibly allow it, but in combat, you know, you're kind of dealing with the thing. So,
Yeah, because I went and double checked. It doesn't say anywhere that you're allowed to use medicine for at least out of combat cleansing.
I
I
know
literally
that
control F'd medicine and put it and looked through every single one.
Yeah. But I say others can use medicine to assist you with conditions. Any disagreement there?
I don't know if it should be. Do we want it to be assist, or do we want it to be that they can also just make a medicine roll like in place of you? So that way the medic, because technically speaking, if we say it just to assist, it means that if they're unconscious, for example,
Well,
or
You know,
aren't, or
fair.
aren't rolling cleanses, you technically then can't use medicine to help. What if instead of it acting as the assist, which because the assist would let you add the stat, instead you could do a medicine check to attempt to cleanse someone else.
I am good with that.
That way you could still use your medicine skill to help, but also, you know, because technically,
medics
you know,
can
if
be
it's-
medics.
medics can be medics, but
Look
also, you know,
over at
it's just
Rain
it's just
slowly.
I don't want the funny. Admittedly, it'd be pretty funny of the medic being unable to help because the person passed out.
Wake back up! I'm trying to help you.
It'd be really dumb, but it'd be really funny the first time.
Indeed.
Anytime after that, it would just be dumb, though. But yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. Medic picks up second wind cleanse shared breeze literally just to wake people up so they can use medicine on them.
Rain, please don't wake me up.
I'll try.
No, don't try.
I'll try not to try.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead and get that noted down. that medicine can be used to assist with, or to cleanse conditions on others in place of their roles. But only if it's somebody else. Like, we're gonna keep it with you know.
So you can't use it.
My stream with 28 viewers.
Hello there, freshwater fern. Welcome in. Furries rise up. I mean, we're already up. Hi.
I want to go back to bed.
I mean,
So
understandable.
we can whatchamacallit. You can use medicine to help somebody else remove the conditions, but not yourself.
Correct.
You can
Yeah, what
roll
it is?
to remove a condition on someone else using medicine, but not yourself unless it's one of the listed resist skills.
Okay.
But hello there, Fern. Welcome in. How was your stream? I am Razim. We're currently doing a dev session where we're working on our tabletop RPG system, Scar, for playing as Pokemon, Digimon, Monsters from Monster Hunter, and more. Hello there, Max Wattage. Welcome in. We do a lot of different things here, everybody. Right now we are doing this, but earlier today I was playing Big Ambitions. Later I'll probably be playing more RimWorld. We've got artists that come and join throughout the week doing art live on stream. We have a lot of tabletop RPGs, Pathfinder, several Pokemon games, a couple of Digimon ones, a Star Wars tabletop RPG. So hit that follow button, come join us again, and for those already here, share the love with Freshwater Fern. Alright, back to dev stuff. Alright, so next up, something that kinda came up. Should we limit for enemies? Like, I know normally enemies can use everything that the players can, but I feel like we should probably limit their ability to use Second Wind when they are unconscious. Of course, like I put in the notes there, only elite enemies can. Not necessarily just bosses, but, you know, run-of-the-mill grunts cannot Second Wind out of unconsciousness. And thank you for that follow, Freshwater Fern. I do need to step away for a minute so you guys can discuss that, and maybe... Tal, could you answer La Paz's question there, please?
Yeah, sure. So what we're doing right now is we're doing some dev work on a tabletop role-playing game system called Scar. So SCAR stands for Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities, and this is a tabletop RPG system. Think something like D&D or Pathfinder, just as well-known examples. And we are doing one of our dev sessions. We do this the first and third Thursday of every month. And so, we're getting some things set up. We delayed our current update a little bit in order to work on this. And we're discussing some basic rules right now. Nothing too technical. Pretty soon we're gonna probably start discussing updating a few of our feats to be more in line with the with our modern design principles as compared to original. We have a bunch of different games that we end up running on this channel. We have a Wednesday game, a Thursday game, a couple Friday games, and yeah, we also have a couple that have roaming schedules. Unfortunately, the one today got a bit canceled, but yeah, Max. So this game isn't exactly going to technically be inside of an actual engine. That is a entertaining little idle game that's basically just being played where like people can like claim ducks as their name. It's called
Plastic
Pla-
Duck Simulator.
Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. I think it
Placid
was.
Plastic Duck. There we go. I have it in my Steam library. I could have just pulled it up, but
So that's mostly just for entertainment value for people while we look at documents and spreadsheets and stuff. As you can
And-
see in the bottom left, we have like a rules page open.
yeah, where we discuss things, because visual entertainment while we provide the rest of the entertainment.
Yeah.
Which people are surprisingly entertained by this.
Yep, people like watching the ducks.
Oh, the ducks. I meant us talking. That part surprises me. The ducks are entertaining. There's no question about that. That doesn't
The
surprise
ducks are the ducks are load bearing.
Yes, load bearing ducks.
The ducks are load bearing.
Yeah, so this is a tabletop game. This isn't like a video game.
Yeah, so this is like, as Tal said, the D&D equivalent, or Pathfinder, White Wolf, where you roll dice and role play things. Video games before video games.
Yeah.
We are designing the system to be universal if possible.
But yeah, this also means that we end up having to do a whole lot of work on it because everything legitimately has to work, unlike a lot of AAA like actual video games where it just kind of sometimes works and they try and make the visuals pretty so people forget.
Or they're using
Our
this playing
things,
the same
unfortunately, can't just get away with having pretty visuals, so everything has to actually work.
Yeah.
And we have made the mistake of making a system that is modular, which
Yep,
makes
it's all
it
plug
even
and
more
play.
complicated.
Like for example, you put together traits that have certain costs in order to literally make your own moves with like plug and play like Lego bricks.
We're gonna have weapons. Magic's coming. Weapons are mainly done. We don't have trait support for yet, but those will come at some point.
Yeah, we have some
With the
traits.
idea that you can just drop parts of the game and it won't affect how it plays.
Yeah, like you could just drop weapons entirely from the system and it still works.
Or moves.
Or moves, yeah.
At least that's our end goal.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a little bit of lopsided development. Because, can't work on everything at the same amount all the time.
Indeed.
And with this system, they just had to go with something that's actually mechanically intensive, as opposed to a pass the stick system. So,
Yeah. On the plus side, it also means that you literally get to design your character from the ground up.
Mhm.
Yep. And also, it's the Placid Plastic Duck Simulator game is again literally just there for window dressing because people like it.
Ducks, quack.
It's literally just a little like idle window dressing thing where people can like look at it while we discuss numbers and stuff, because yeah, there ends up being a good amount of math discussion
And distract the Zim occasionally.
occasionally. Yeah. The first sample of Quack is always free. Nice. Anyway, so for the actual thing that Zim wanted us to discuss, I don't think we have
guidelines for enemies
do we
yet?
have elites as like an actual like list? Because I think we literally only have standard mooks, simplified enemies, boss fights, lair challenge. Yeah, so we don't technically have elite enemies as a category. So like I'm fine making this a rule, but we're gonna want to actually make sure that the categories are like defined as what is what.
Well, the
Right,
DM section
yeah.
needs a big cleanup.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd be fine
I-
with
I
it as well. It's because honestly, if we're thinking about it, mooks, elites, bosses, do we want to include mini bosses in that list, or are we just gonna do the tie together? Because it's not uncommon to have a handful of mooks with one elite or two elite guys mixed in for something that isn't literally one shot, one kill.
Yeah, something that isn't like the equivalency of hot garbage just taking pot shots at you.
Yep.
Cool.
But I don't know if
I
we
think-
want to add in the mini boss level of things. Go ahead. Sorry.
I can see there being good reason for all four of those levels and distinctions between Mook, Elite, Mini Boss, and Boss, or the Big Bad. Because a enemy squad, you're gonna have a bunch of Mooks that are being led by either an elite or a mini boss, but that elite's not always going to be a mini boss. Sometimes it's just going to be effectively a stronger mook with a little bit of special going for it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Zim intended the conversation to go this particular direction, but surprise.
Well, this is kind of integral to like having this as well, is what constitutes elite.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, because I am perfectly fine with this change, honestly. Like, this is pretty decent, in my opinion. But it's also just the case of, what constitutes an elite.
This also gives us the availability to limit how many times certain levels of enemies can actually pull out of unconsciousness. Because a mini boss having 2 or 3 phases is fine. A boss fight having a ridiculous amount of phases is fine, but on a regular battle, do you really want the bad guys getting up repeatedly and dragging things out?
No.
How many times do you want to kick the wolf before it's actually dead?
I mean, I like doing that, but, I'm an outlier and should not be included in this.
How's the hell?
Yeah, Tal has the advantage of knowing the system inside and out, so greater ability to abuse the system as well.
To be fair, I intentionally don't use the most, broken bullshit stuff.
Neither do I. I usually try to poke things that aren't tested too much with my characters right now, which is leading some weird directions with my builds.
Yeah, and with my builds, I mostly go with thematic stuff. Like, I'll make it work, but, I focus on thematic things.
Thematics are best.
For example, just as one, Shade has no ranged attacks at all.
Yeah, neither does Jace.
Yeah, and it's that is really bad for a build having literally no ranged options. But I don't know. I think it's fun having the healing melee character just not have ranged.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jace
Shade makes it work.
100% a self boost and beat build right
Yep.
now.
Hey, Tal, I have a question.
Yep.
Yeah, but while we're waiting here, I am transferring over stuff from my character sheets, and I'm looking over at the stats moves traits, and I'm a bit confused on how the two stage and 3 stage stats change things work now in terms of costs. Is it just like for the 2 stage it costs twice and then the 3 stage it costs 3 times?
Yeah,
Or...
that's all it is. So, for example, if you want physical damage, let's say you're going with a physical damage up. So that'll be 18 on a non-damaging thing, plus 12, 30. Because the cost of the actual trait itself is 12.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the full guaranteed chance for the 18, the 12. You want it to be +2. So that'll cost another 12.
Ah,
And you want it to be +3, that'll, on top of that already like higher cost, it will now cost +24. This leads it to being something like 30, 42, 66, I think, for damage, integrity, evasion.
Something like that.
All of the 12s are 30, 42, 66.
okay.
Bear in mind, I think we restricted the 3 dots to, or the 3 increase to having 15 attributes
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
higher.
Which, for the character he's talking about, we're at that.
Yeah.
Worth
Okay.
mentioning, though.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Okay, thank you. That actually explains it. Good.
So, for example, if you want to get something like a speed increase, that's going to be pretty cheap because it's going to be like 23, 28, 38 for a +3.
Hmm.
But that's also because speed is considered it's not exactly a premium stat. It's useful, but unless, you're trying to outbox your opponent or kite them, it really doesn't matter that much.
I get it.
Meanwhile, stuff like crit change and soul save, though, that's going to get expensive.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Is accuracy change really only 6 EXP?
Because
Yep.
it gives you a dice, not a success.
Ah,
Yep.
okay. True.
Which is
So it's 6 XP because,
which is very useful, but action economy is a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, like, on one hand, I've considered recommending that we change it over to, like, an accuracy success because of, like, just standardizing stuff. But I also kind of like that it gives dots instead.
I think dots are way better. After getting Jace basically up to almost maximum, like hitting the turn where he hit maximum and all that other stuff, dice.
Yeah, which is why, like, I haven't recommended it, actually, because accuracy having dice over successes is ironically more useful.
And more fun. Did you see how many dice I was rolling?
Also, more unified. If everything's adding dots, if all the dots are adding dice, then you're not having to distinguish between, oh, these are guaranteed successes and these are dice.
Well, alternately, Tal, if you wanted to include a guaranteed success accuracy into it,
Now,
yeah,
there's
I
not
didn't
really
think
like
so.
there's not really like a design need for it. It would literally just be to standardize what it does, but also I don't know, like the accuracy, just adding accuracy dice somehow tends to feel and work out better.
Well, clickety clack math rocks.
Yeah, but also like mathematically, it ends up helping out a lot, especially because like for example on stab moves, your dice are worth each one is worth more than like 0.5.
I keep on forgetting stab.
Stab.
Sometimes I think about renaming, like recommending we rename it to affinity bonus, but then also, I guess we could instead of it being same type attack bonus, the same type affinity bonus.
Yeah.
Is that touchdown return? No.
I mean,
it's
it's
flag.
still the same acronym, but it is different, I guess.
It's different.
Same acronym, but
Different
It is-
words that technically go into it.
different word,
I
and
don't-
it's more appropriate for the system itself.
I'm pretty sure the word stab though wasn't actually created by Pokemon. I think that was a Pokemon fan creation of a terminology.
Yeah. pretty
So it
sure.
should be open season to use the acronym.
It should be. And also, it's going to be the thing like before when we tried renaming moves to abilities. The people are going to say stab anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stab.
Why did you do that, Raharu? Why would you stab me like this? Please remove your knife kindly from my chest.
Okay, remove.
That's funny.
My chesticles.
I wonder what's going on with Sam. He's been gone for like 20 minutes.
He's probably just dealing with, like, IRL thing.
Yeah.
He'll be back shortly.
Hey, I'm probably gonna drop here from the call. I'm feeling kind of tired and wanting to go take a nap.
Okay.
Glad you came by to
So-
hang out.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Have
Yep.
a good night, Faxine.
Yeah, y'all have a good night. Take care.
See you, fucks.
Yeah.
That lovely reminder that unfortunately there is an existence away from computers.
Yep.
There is? Where is it?
Right behind you, Ren. Don't look. It'll get you.
Ah!
But yeah, legitimately, I do think that so long as we actually differentiate between the different levels that like enemies have, that is a perfectly fine rule. It's just also if we don't denote what constitutes an elite, then it doesn't mean anything. The unfortunate thing of people will probably understand what we mean, but because we're making a tabletop, we need to actually define it or it's meaningless.
Yeah, well, looking for keywords.
Keywords are important.
Yep.
They absolutely are.
If only
I don't-
if only Yu-Gi-Oh knew how to use keywords.
Yu-Gi-Oh's allergic to keywords.
Indeed.
Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't designed to be a table or an actual card game, I'm pretty sure, at this point in time.
What game?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
I am so very sorry about that.
Hugs.
Welcome back, Master.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I would definitely agree that we should have more actual categories for enemies or classifications.
Yeah.
I'd probably say let's go ahead and come up with a few.
Well, Mook, Standard, Elite, Mini Boss, Boss. There's 5. Mook being your run-of-the-mill, dies in 1 hit, cannon fodder.
Sounds good to me.
Regular being the thing that goes down that you randomly encounter all over the place in 1 or 2 hits.
Yeah.
Elites being the things that are generally in charge of the smaller things and small groupings. Mini boss being that middle ground between boss and elite, that the thing that you got to get the boss key from.
Yeah, that sounds good. Go ahead and note that down, Haru.
Yep. And this also means we can give each section their own like detriments and bonuses.
Yep.
Repeat it one more time. Sorry.
Mook, regular, or let's do this. Mook, standard, elite, mini boss, boss. Or the 5 enemy categories.
Sounds good.
I'll probably go ahead and just come up with some stuff for those when writing that out.
Yeah.
Because
I'll check
honestly,
it over for
yeah, we can look over things next time, but I don't think we need to dedicate that much time to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elite onward will be able to use Second Wind. Mook and Standard would not. I think just for the sake of it, I might call the Standard Grunt. Just to avoid it being, because we've got other things that kind of use Standard.
Yeah, that's fair.
Make it a more unique term. That does bring up something else that I've been wondering about. do we want to put in creature types? By that I'm meaning like, for D&D you had aberration, animal, construct, undead. I'm not sure about having as many as they do, but at the least for the sake of like undead and construct, should we have considerations for those and how they function as creatures?
I mean, that sounds like it's a good idea. Like low priority, but like that could be a good little like rainy day project. You know what I
I'd
mean?
agree with that, low priority. Because
Yeah.
anyways, if we add it to the game as something that an enemy can be, you do realize the first thing that somebody is going to do out there is going to be, I want to play a construct.
Well, yeah, but
I'm aware, and my concern here is the whole it conflicting with the balance. Because, like, everybody's supposed to be, as a creature, equal. How they build that out can differ, absolutely, but then again, we do also have special movement types. You know, not everybody can fly.
sure you can just ask the barbarian to pick you up.
Not everyone can fly unassisted.
I mean, technically, if you jump off of somewhere really high, you're flying for about a second or two, right?
That is not right. That is not even
You,
flying with style.
you know what I mean either way.
Either way, I think having actual creature types will be good, if for no other reason than specialties.
Yeah, specialties and just... Because, like, undead don't necessarily need to eat or breathe. Probably the same for constructs.
Yeah. But yeah, like, you know, it's just like for specialties and all that, technically speaking, you just make up creature types anyway for them, so long as the storyteller agrees. But like having actual like distinct creature types, like even if it's just to like have them on a list, will first of all help us when we actually build out like some pre-provided standard enemies for like storytellers to use. And in addition to that, it also means that, like, you know, there could be a creature type list, and, you know, you look at that and go, okay, I want my character to have a specialty against this type of creature. Because, like, you know, for example, honestly, the favorite enemy mechanic is probably one of the only reasons that people play Rangers so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, basically putting in, like, a pre-provided list of things that you could have specialties against will likely just make people happy in general. But yeah, you know, pretty good idea.
That's a wonderful idea.
All right. And I suppose we could just have that added to the, you know, come up with a bunch of them and have little bonuses and such for each that the players can just pick what their creature type is.
Yeah.
I'm still a little wary of that because I don't want people to feel like, oh, I'm playing a Magnemite, so I have to be considered a construct.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
if we throw them in and tie them to intro character creation as a choice, maybe that'll lessen that burden.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We would have to consider actual drawbacks, though. That match specialties. Unless we're going to give everybody the choice of one for free out of the character type, creature types, or what have you at the beginning.
Well, I was thinking everybody would get one for free.
Okay.
But probably a setup of we probably won't have too many negatives to them, if any. And instead just a, hey, you are construct, congrats, you don't need to breathe. Just as one example.
Yeah, but that also means that technically speaking, you're making a wrong mechanical choice if you play something that doesn't give you a discrete benefit.
Fair. We'll workshop it, but that was just initial, whatever the term is.
Yeah. It's a little proposal on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, adding in creature types, good idea. Because if nothing else, before we implement it for character creation, we need to have them in the first place.
Yeah.
So, for now, just putting in creature types.
Sent you the invite, Ido.
Rahard?
What's up?
Creature types.
Oh, that's something that we don't need noted down in the notes. I put it on the to-do list.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't have anything to actually put into the doc. Like, the notes, we do make some notes about what we discuss. But some stuff, in general, I try to leave that to what's going in the book. Or if we've affirmatively decided on something, that this is how this will work, this is how that won't work.
Yeah, because I thought we were going to, basically put in notes about, deciding about minor mechanical effects, but nothing major, that kind of stuff.
It'd be nice to have those notes for when we revisit it.
Yeah.
But we could just put that in the to-do list, honestly. As a little parenthesis note thing.
As long as it's somewhere in the note stock, but I just put it on the to-do list because that's where we'll be discussing it. But anyways, yeah, we already figured out that discussion about the elites and such. Also, welcome in, Ido. We have fluffy arts.
Hey.
I mean, I just been here, but,
Well, no, I was meaning, on the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Alright, so looking here, we already said yes to second damage types on moves. I think I already added that to the document. I think that's already in the notes, actually.
Should be.
Add to the notes, Raharu, to verify that 2 damage types can be on a move. I'm pretty sure I added it, but at least this way it'll be there for me to make sure.
Can or can?
Can.
Okay.
Also, why are you using Elva? You should be using this Sekra
I was wondering what you'll notice. Let me change that.
Get him this cute little animated thing, and he doesn't even use it.
I don't use it.
Alright, so let's see here. I can remove that from the to-do list. Discussion, Cheap Shot is a fate that gives a conditional 6 EXP effect. We're already discussing that. That's why we started going into all the feats.
Yep. Because I basically went, hey, some of these feats are great and other ones are fucking useless. Can we use Meld with Shadows as a gold standard?
Yeah. Alright.
Because somehow the Shadow type had, the most useless piece of shit and like one of the most flavorful. Speaking of, where did we end off on?
We ended with split attention, which was under psionic.
Oh yeah, we ended literally right before Shadow Affinity. Nice.
One second.
Intense typing.
Yeah, sorry. I my roommate had an arbiter out to look at our silver maple out front. The really, really big tree that I got in my yard. And just to make sure it's in good health and all this other stuff. So he got that information and sent it to me. And their little plan for handling it is like, what, $3,500? No, just $2,500, just over $2,500. And I'm like looking at this, like, and they've got these fancy chemical fertilizers and stuff, and I'm like, that's ridiculous.
So what I'm hearing is that the chat's going to have a second opportunity to make that a full campaign.
My roommate is literally begging me to do that right now. Just to trim the branches, though, is going to be about $1,000. 1,100. And my roommate was like, so you're going to do more streams to make up that money, right? I'm like, is it like necessary right now? Can't I recover from the last incident first?
So yeah, you hear it, everybody, where you can look forward to more era streams where you can potentially push that one shot into a full campaign.
Dear God, kill me now.
Later.
I'll consider it. It's not a dire need. Figuring out how to get 1,100 together to trim the branches is one thing. I'm trying to discuss with them just getting, regular fertilizer for the tree if it's needed, instead of some... Because I don't know what's in this stuff that they're proposing that we put around the tree. It could all just be fluff nonsense. And then, sitting down and, like, just doing a couple of things that are good for trees. I don't know if all that is necessary. Like, what is a chlorosis blend? 2.64 of #N. That's one of the things on this list. For $810, chlorosis fertilization contains 3 micronutrients and 6 something else. It's like, okay, what the heck's a micronutrient first off?
Well, it says macro, but...
Macronutrients. And this other one application of Cannabis tree growth regulator. And I'm like, but I want the tree to get bigger. Big tree make dragon happy.
But anyways, before we get into these, was there anything else you guys wanted to bring up?
No, I'm gonna go take my meds really quick, but no.
Okay. Then I wanted to double check because efficient parrying was still on our feats proposal document, and it is required for one of the feats that's being added this update, so I wanted to run it past everybody real quick. That is page 48. You may use an additional reaction when parrying in order to parry both the target's accuracy and power rolls. You must decide to use this before rolling against their accuracy, and it does still count as using a reaction if you manage to successfully make the attack miss. Your first parry every turn does not cost a reaction now.
That's pretty much the same wording as it was before.
It is. I just wanted to make sure that that was still good.
Yeah. I think it is still perfectly good. I have, like, multiple characters with it.
Hey, Toshime.
It's a very good feat.
I was going to say, in reaction to Geeman there, it's like, well, it was clear that it was Era before you started riding Era on there. Because the giant tail going off the screen.
Yeah.
Instead of RIP, you should make it KMN. You know, kill me now.
Lamau.
Good boy. Alright, but yeah, with that still being good, we can go ahead and go back to Shadow Affinity. Cheap Shot! Yep. You know precisely how to exploit a weakness and thus receive a bonus die to accuracy against targets suffering from a condition. That definitely needs a power-up.
Yeah, it was literally a conditional 6 XP effect. It was so bad.
So, do we have any suggestions on that?
Well, first, it currently only works on conditions. Do we want it to work on opponents with negative stat changes as well, or one or the other?
I would say, well, those are kind of in the same category.
Technically not a condition, though.
Fair. I'm good with stat changes as well.
Alright.
Another two changes would be to increase the amount of die that you get from it.
Well, yeah, but this was just the design of what we wanted it to affect, because before deciding how much it does, we need to know how applicable it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So it's status effects and
stat changes and conditions, so long as they have a negative stat change on them or a condition.
Okay.
And we can have it scale like the others do.
It's already we have something with deception, one with subterfuge. So unless we want to double up, we're gonna need another one.
Another one.
I mean, I'm okay with doubling up on this. It's not as fun, but it's okay to have a little bit of doubling up.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, honestly, the only other thing that I could really think of would be presence, but we already have so many things with presence, because presence is also used for intimidation.
The other one I was thinking was appraisal, but...
Appraisal could work.
Appraisal could work.
Yeah. I'd be fine with appraisal.
We want to go with that? Doesn't quite
yeah,
feel right with the cheap shot, but...
Well, sure it does. You've created a weakness in them in some way, or someone has, and you're using appraisal to determine exactly where it is in order to exploit it.
Considering appraisal is part of appraisal is reading enemies.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So yeah, we'll scale it with appraisal.
Yep.
I
The
appraise
next
you to be
two-
dead.
The next two, I think, were gold standard already. I really like the rest of Shadow's stuff. It was just really funny that it, in my opinion, it had some of the best and then the literal worst one.
Yeah.
Because Lies to Truth and Meld with Shadows are both very flavorful, already scale. They were so good already. Legitimately, I don't see a reason to touch either Lies to Truth or Meld with Shadows. Anyone else got anything they want to bring up about them, though?
Touch.
Nope.
Yeah, no, I see nothing.
They're both just really good, actually.
All right, echolocation. You may emit a burst of audio to grant vision of objects and surfaces up to 15 feet away per dot of perception you have. This does not grant perfect visibility, but it can be used even in magical darkness. This will alert others to your presence up to 120 feet away. Be aware there is always the possibility of factors preventing this from working, such as noisy machinery running. It does scale. I think it's flavorful. It is very situational, but it's essentially, you know, blind fighting.
It doesn't have an action cost, which is important.
True.
You just decide to do it or not.
Do we want to give it one, or are we good where it's at?
It's situational already, and it literally alerts others to your presence. So I'm fine with it just being a free action at will, because it isn't like you can use this offensively.
At least not by itself.
Well, not by itself, yeah.
Yeah.
This by itself is perfectly fine.
We will go ahead and add to the notes for echolocation. Actually, I'll just do that right now. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm just specifying as a free action.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a hot fix one right there.
Yeah, I'll add that.
Because it was
to the
technically a
list
free
for
action
hotfix.
already. It was already a free action, so nothing changed.
Alright, just posted that real quick. Next up here, noise cancellation. You are able to emit a low humming sound that most cannot hear in an area equal to half of your primary range around you. Sounds coming and going from this area are dampened. This could make it harder for others to detect a spell being cast or other abilities that generate sound as well as movement when attempting to stealth. This can give and or remove a die from rolls depending on the situation. Anyone within the field of this ability will notice when it is active as other sound is dampened. This ability will not travel through walls and other solid objects. It's kind of the idea of, active noise cancellation headsets where technically how they cancel the noise is having a little humming sound.
Yeah.
Gives
So
me a
it's
headache.
very wordy. Do you think that we could instead, maybe not like instead, but like effectively what this is doing right is giving everything the stealthy trait, right?
As well as helping with attempting to stealth around and such.
Technically giving you the stealthy trait, kind of funny, but yeah. But yeah, I think There's got to be a better way to word this that's less wordy, but also it's perfectly fine. There are so many ways to use this, you know? And the fact that it basically gives everything inside of the field stealthy. Stealthy is a 12 XP effect, and it's not the best effect, but it's a pretty damn good effect on a stealth character, for example, because even if you go into half stealth, enemies lose half their evasion against your attacks. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, yep, it doesn't do too much on its own as much, but it also, because it works in an area, it also enables your entire team with it active.
Yes. So go ahead and make notes, for this to... This one will be an actual thing, not a hotfix, but it grants the stealthy trait to all spells, abilities, and such in the area.
What's the name of the feat?
Noise cancellation.
Yeah. I almost read the wrong one like an idiot.
And that's only for stealth, right?
What do you mean?
Like, is it feat? Can anybody use it, or only people who have to use it?
It's anybody in the range gets the benefit of the stealthy.
But only those
That
that are
includes enemies.
Sonic type can pick this up. It does require
Got it.
Sonic affinity.
Yeah. Without GM approval.
Yeah, without GM approval.
Everybody supersonic racing.
But yeah, no, it's kind of a thing where it's like, what's the word for it? You know, technically speaking, though, you do have to be careful, though, because, like, let's say you use this and there's a stealthy enemy, they also get the benefits of the field.
Yep.
So, you know, for example, maybe don't use this around Sean.
Everybody was rogue fighting. Nobody could hear a damn thing.
Sonic Boom. Your body is specially adapted for sound, and this can create a boom of audio when moving past others quickly. Provided you move your full speed in the turn, you are able to roll accuracy for your strike in order to deal 1 chip damage to those you move past within 5 feet. This ability does not prevent attacks of opportunity. What have we done with other such things?
I
this
think
is-
this is like our... I think this is our only movement-based one currently.
It is
Yeah,
the
other than
movement based, but it is also the strike thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, but it's also only 1 chip damage. So you're not actually rolling anything, you're just applying a chip damage to people you run past.
You are rolling accuracy.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that I think we made it... Did we make it so that way? Because I don't think any of these apply hit stun still. Like, if I go back to Fiery Burst, for example, the thing that we changed about that was additional targets change with primary scale.
No, it does
And-
not apply hit stun.
So it doesn't apply hit stun. So in order to change this or update it or make it do things is I mean, the only things we can really play, like, we could always add stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
But at least with what's there right now, all that we can really play with is the attacks of opportunity portion of it, or the amount of, like, chip damage. Because you can already do this for the amount of people that you move past anyway. There's no sort of like max target thing.
Yeah, so
You could sprint past a conga line technically.
yeah, if you've got the movement speed, then yeah. Granted, all of them get attacks of opportunity on you, but... Well, no, because you could use disengage. I think that's one of the maneuvers we've got, isn't it? If not,
Disengage
it
only allows
should
you to... I thought disengage was basically a limited move where you step 5 feet back. I didn't think you could...
We have a 5-foot step. We have a disengage movement type, but it's only used when winded.
Ah, okay.
We should probably add a disengage maneuver.
Yeah. So, because the thing is that it's half your movement speed, and it doesn't provoke attack of opportunity.
The thing about disengage is that it would make that really broken, because they wouldn't... Well, it is just 1 damage, so never mind. It's not broken.
It's 1 damage.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cause hit stun.
Yeah. But I think we should go ahead and add a disengage maneuver for, you know... You use that as a standard action, and then your other action you can use to move, and...
Sonic Boom doesn't have an action cost. It just works when you move your full movement.
Your second standard action would be a movement action, then.
For why? If you're doing the disengage, why would you care?
Well, the disengage would not give you any movement.
Oh, okay.
So disengage would mean that any movement...
So much shenaniganry.
Yes. But disengage would be a standard action, and I don't think we'll have any upgrades to change that. But...
Give me my funny tactic, let's go.
What was that?
Give me my funny tactic, let's go. Amped stack disengage sprint with Sonic Boom, let's go. It does 1 damage, but it happens really fast.
I like it.
Okay, is this it's broken thing, or is this a legit... Yeah, this is balanced, let's do it.
This is Lamau, it's funny, and it's only broken if you deal damage based on how many times you run past someone. Because then otherwise people are going to, like, fucking flash people with, like, taking a disengage action, taking a sprint, and then running around them, like, 20 times in the same turn.
Yeah, we're not going to allow that. Definitely not allowing that.
That'd be the only way it was broken. With this, it's literally just Lamau funny. I sprint past everyone in the fight and chip damage all of them.
Oh, you put a line of mooks in front of me? Watch me vaporize them.
Well, technically, because, you know, when you sprint, it's not like a charge where you have to move in a straight line. You could just hook and turn past everyone in the fight with the disengage sprint with Sonic Boom and deal 1 damage to everything. Because, you know, if this is your strategy anyway, you're just going to put a bunch of points into your strike's accuracy, and it's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
Alright, well, sounds good. Alright, so disengage maneuver, you cost a standard action, makes it so that any movement during this turn does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Giving me my funny sprint run.
Well, I know what you're gonna try and take next there, Tell. First
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, this is 100% a Nova thing.
It
I was
is,
considering giving it
especially
to-
consider.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say I was considering giving it to Thales, but no, Nova will do it better.
Nova will do it better, also because his Jolteon form is Electric Sonic type.
Perfect.
He does the zippy.
Right, Thales is wind type, so he can't.
For feat changes, put them up here, Raharu.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Disengage maneuver is not a feat.
Okay.
That is a maneuver. That's why I wanted to differentiate the two.
Okay.
So go ahead and add for Sonic Boom the feat. Damage can only be dealt once per enemy per turn. That said, if you run past them multiple times and miss on the first one, then you can have a second chance. But still, 1 damage. Yeah, that looks good. What if we have this, have a little bit of interplay with noise cancellation, where if you have that active, then you do 2 damage instead. Oh, hey, we got Poseidon! All hail Poseidon!
Honestly, I mean, having feats like have conditional combos with each other is like, on one hand, it's flavorful and I like it. On the other hand, it's going to be weird if this is the only time we do it.
Yeah.
Fair. We can... I'll put it on the to-do list to consider those things, but yeah, you're right, if it's only the one, then yeah. But...
Yeah. Basically, I'm not against the idea, but if we're doing this, it's going to have to be a whole thing.
Yep.
You know, I forgot we're on Arrow's channel.
My voice channel, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't wonder what the heck was going on with Discord earlier.
That was weird.
Me too.
Yep.
Discord being Discord.
Also, a quick little backup here. Well, noise cancellation would be an aura, so it would fall under those rules.
Yeah.
Alright. So next up, we've got Aura of Cold. This feat grants you an aura that causes enemies to struggle with making ethereal attacks, reducing their accuracy by 1 die. You must use a quick action on each of your turns in order to maintain this aura. This aura can be cancelled out by environmental conditions such as extreme heat or the heat stroke feat.
Yeah, I know this one has gotten a lot of changes in the past, as evidenced by Riv's old character sheets. I mean, what originally it was an aura that gave +1 speed to you and your. It basically gave the head and tailwind effect, and then, or maybe it just gave the -1 speed to enemies around you, and then it was difficulty, and then now it's 1 dice on accuracy. For heat stroke, I know we made it so heat stroke no longer required the quick action to maintain.
Yeah, that's the only change we made.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I don't know if we want to revisit that, or...
It is an aura, so it's everybody within range.
Yeah.
Which is why we kind of decided to just leave the main part where it was.
So heat stroke doesn't require a quick action to activate, but Aura of Cold does.
No, they both did already. I'm
Yeah.
just pointing back to what we did for its counterpart feat.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh, so they both do require it, or they don't require it anymore?
They did. They soon will not. It's not official yet.
Okay.
Hi, Riley. But yeah, do we want to do anything else with this? I think it's good. Just remove the quick action cost.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of sucks that it doesn't scale, but, you know.
I mean, it does
Yeah,
scale.
we can always
The
revisit it.
range of it scales.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't scale like how Soothing Warmth scales, for example. Because Soothing Warmth, the preventative healing scales with presence now.
Is there something else you want to do then? Because, like, I can't think
No, I
of
don't have a
anything else to
particular-
be balanced.
Remember, we can easily add things to it. So
Yeah, we can always easily add things.
so just remove the quick action for now and see
Yeah.
where it rolls from there.
Yeah.
It is not constant aura. You do still actually have to activate it, Raharu.
Okay. You have to activate it, but you don't have to maintain it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which also, like, technically speaking, Riv just activated it and maintained it, like, at the start of every every scene anyway, but yeah.
But it does also mean that if you two go within range of each other, then it gets turned. Both of yours get turned off.
Yeah, both of them get turned off, yeah.
I
Or at
find
least for effects that at least for the Venn diagram overlap area.
Yeah. I do find that pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. The brothers cancel each other out.
Yep. Which literally came into play the last boss fight.
Yep.
Indeed.
You must
Note to self,
maintain
make-
specific.
Make Riv and Kotor allergic to each other in battle.
All right.
Riv is already supposed to be a ranged fighter. He just ignored that a bit to try something this fight.
Yeah.
I'm a range fighter, steps into melee. I'm effective now.
To be fair, he did do some good work with what he did in melee.
He did.
He's also really not supposed to do that. But yeah, cleansing water.
Your water can help to soothe and lessen the effects of conditions affecting your allies within your aura. This reduces the damage they would sustain from conditions by 1. I mean, it scales with it scales with aura range.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just -1 damage flat. That's actually nice.
it's actually nice as well because, you know, that does true damage, and it doesn't say to a minimum of 1 on it.
And I'm okay with
It's
that.
just a straight up -1.
Yep. So that technically could clear chip damage effects.
Well, conditions don't do chip damage, they just deal true damage.
Oh, true. Okay. But yeah, that's fine as is, I think.
Although the
Yeah.
only... I guess the only thing that's partially weird about it is that it's called cleansing water, but it doesn't help with cleanse at all. But that's just me looking at the name.
That's
It's not an
most.
actual, like...
That's mostly because I didn't want to use soothing again.
Yeah.
But it is rather funny.
Yeah.
Ren, it's perfect for you. Take it.
Ren is AFK.
Oh, he missed.
Alright,
the
so next up, Splash. When hitting a target with an attack, you may roll your strike's accuracy in order to deal 1 chip damage to an additional target within 5 feet of the original target. This effect does not cause hit stun.
It's literally a water type copy of Fiery Burst. So
It is.
we're
I
trying
couldn't
we're
think
trying
of
to
anything else.
avoid.
So.
Yeah, we're trying to avoid the repeats.
So do we have any other ideas on this?
You could go with the classic acid splash type scenario where you do an additional damage one turn later.
I'm okay with entirely getting rid of this and replacing it, just I don't know what with.
Yeah, I don't really know what to replace
Knockback?
it with. Like,
Not back.
knockback is definitely an option. Especially because it'd also be pretty funny for attacks of opportunity with Splash having knockback.
Well,
That would be funny,
knockback is forced movement, so it would not trigger those.
No. I'm saying when taking an attack of opportunity, having Splash, if it does knockback, would fuck with the enemy's movement a bit.
Oh, fair. I could go for that, opposed athletics/acrobatics. In order to knock them back 5 feet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. Also let you hey, Zen.
You just went super robot. I don't know if that's my end or yours or Discord's, but...
That was discourse. I also heard it.
I also heard robot.
Well, that would be his side because none of us could hear him. But we all still sound fine. Hi, Werny.
Hi, Warney.
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, I was gonna say, hey Zim, it's your new favorite feat. You could do knockback environmental kills with this.
Why is it mine?
Remember, you because of all the times you were doing environmental kills in Jedi, and you just kept saying, "I never get tired of environmental kills. I love environmental kills." You can knock people off of cliffs with this feat, with ranged attacks.
Yes. Alright, so yeah. Push them back 5 feet. Make sure you note that part, Raharu. Alright, so next up... Flyby. You may move up to attack with +1 difficulty and then move back away from an enemy without provoking an attack of opportunity. I mean, it doesn't scale? Oh, other enemies along your path will still have an attack of opportunity provoked on you. But it doesn't scale, however... it prevents attack of opportunity. You just fly in, hit them, and fly away from them. Hello?
I'm here.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back, Ren.
Thank you.
Enjoying your dry rice?
Ha 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 ha.
Is he wrong?
I never eaten dry rice in the first place.
Oh, so you make sure to add plenty of ranch and ketchup. Got it.
Ah!
Oh, we lost Tal. We got bad Tal.
Hello. Yeah, so my internet is just straight up dying.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
But okay, yeah. So what I was trying to say there was another thing to remember though is you're allowed to break up your movement. So technically with the new disengage now, you can kinda do better than this. Just by using disengage.
Well, no, because disengage requires a stand. Well, I guess you could use a quick action attack with disengage plus movement plus a quick action attack, but this would allow you to use a standard action attack.
Well, yeah, but it's also at +1 difficulty. And it doesn't say on accuracy, so you're also at +1 difficulty on damage. So at that point, using a standard action would also just be not too much better than doing the quick action version. Because +1 difficulty is a pretty massive damage cut usually.
Yeah, that's kind of the one thing that bites about it.
We could make it where it's only on accuracy.
Yeah, that would make it pretty good. Because it's literally just the +1 difficulty that makes it. So that way, the disengage attempt is, the disengage version is technically, like, equal or better.
Because this way you could use movement plus, standard action or a standard action attack to do this and get use out of it. Do we have any other ideas for how to change it?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Alright, so flyby is just only increased difficulty on accuracy. I just got the achievement Cheese Moon Sponge on Duck Sim, and I have no idea what it means.
Cheese moon sponge?
Cheese moon sponge.
The hell does that even mean?
Is there a weird sponge or something?
I don't see one. It just says no doubt about it. Cheese Moon Sponge, no doubt about it.
I think it might be an achievement related to the moon somehow, because sometimes the moon looks
the
like cheese, and
daytime.
sometimes it looks like a sponge.
I'm
I don't know.
looking it up here. In plastic, the cheese moon sponge achievement is unlocked by waiting for a small sponge duck to become filled with water, causing it to grow to the size of a normal duck.
Oh.
It happens naturally as the game progresses. The sponge duck absorbs water. You don't need to perform any special actions. So there's apparently a sponge duck somewhere in there that has been slowly increasing in size to the size of a normal duck.
And we never even noticed.
Until
I
now.
think it's this one. This one's got a spongy texture to it.
Ah, yeah, it might be that one.
Or it's this one. I have no idea, but that one's not in water, so...
I like what you're drawing right now.
Man, I wish my internet was being okay. It's always annoying when it does this shit.
Yeah. Sorry, Tab.
What are you naming that, Doug Sim?
Cheese moon sponge.
Ah,
Nice.
Mostly to try and get a name above it. Ah, yes, that is the one. That is definitely a chubby little thing.
Yee.
that is definitely an achievement name for a sponge.
So anyways, next up, Head and Tailwind. You may emit an aura of winds around you that hinder your enemies and aid your allies. This inflicts -1 speed to enemies and +1 speed to allies.
It's literally just AoE speed advantage. It's good. It affects allies and enemies too.
Yeah.
So it's literally just hey group, be around me and you get speed advantage. If I'm around enemies, they get speed disadvantage. Which also means that even without investing in any upgrades, the group can run away faster than enemies can catch up to them, which is also pretty funny.
And the group can chase down enemies faster than they can run away.
Yeah.
All right. So leave it as is then. No real scaling aside from aura size, but I don't think it needs it.
Yeah. No,
So-
it's just good. It's really good utility. That's it.
Next up, Wind Current. When you attack, you give your ranged moves and abilities a slight boost of wind behind them, increasing your range bands by 5 feet for short range, 10 feet for medium range, and 20 feet for long range.
Again, just, utility advantage. Because, that it basically means that you treat your ranges as if you were a character 1 tier higher. Really good for skirmishing and kiting. I mean, if you stand
Yeah.
at the edge of your range and you're fighting someone that's in the same tier as you, you are out of their range while they are within your range. It's good.
Alright, so no other changes? Or no changes, period?
I think it's
go ahead.
No, I think it's good.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just good. It's utility, but yeah.
Alright. Well then, that is it for the affinity feats.
Huzzah!
Ah.
We are definitely going to need the magic system ready to discuss next week, because we are out of stuff to talk about for now.
Isn't that a good thing though?
No.
No.
Oh.
Because there's plenty of things that we could do, but they're all low priority and other things are higher priority. So we need to get through the high priority things. So that way we can get to the low priority things, which are probably going to be affected by the high priority things.
What?
Basically,
That's right.
because the low priority things are low priority because they're based off of other things and don't matter as much. We can't really review the lower priority stuff until we have the higher priority stuff figured out.
Oh, okay.
So it means that we're sitting here with a backlog of shit, but we can't discuss it or really work on it yet until the bigger stuff is done.
Gotcha.
Oh, like my works Jira board. Oh, did I say that out loud?
I'm sorry, Era. Like my brain just kind of shut off for a moment.
That's normal for you?
Yeah, hi,
No?
Himbo.
That's not
Hugs the red.
We love you, Himbo.
What?
I don't know. I heard an I just.
Wait, did my voice cut out?
Yes.
Oh,
You peaked your mic.
of course I did. Of freaking course I did.
That's the rain.
Let the rain fall down.
But yeah, I suppose, I guess this is where we call it for the evening?
Blue is pointing out that we haven't looked at the suggestions channel for a bit.
Great idea, Blue.
There's so much in there.
Yeah.
There is. Well, let's go and bring that up and take a look-see. Right, I was so confused. I opened up Discord and was like, where are all of my channels? Why are we in a general channel? Why aren't we in the streaming room? Why is the waiting room above the streaming room? What is going on? Then I remembered we're in not my Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so first off we have Key suggesting exploit expand. Well, actually we should probably start at the top.
Yep.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Just scroll up forever.
Holy crap, we really are scrolling up forever. Okay, there we go. That's something else altogether. Frail Mine. Or Mien, whatever. From
Frail mean.
Frail Mean. From Key. Your very appearance screams of weakness or a sickly nature. Even if this is not the case, automatically begin combat with a taunt condition that draws foes to attack you, or attempt to attack you during the first round. In addition, you have +1 to any check where your supposed frailty may be used to your advantage. Example, deceiving another of your strength, pretending you are sick or easily sickened, etc.
I don't know about auto taunt apply past any save.
We could give taunt with a save at the beginning of every combat. That'd be
That could
fair.
work. That could work.
And it only lasts one round. It's not a permanent taunt. It's just a first round of combat taunt applies.
Yeah, it's just I'm also wary about debuffs
save.
with no save of any kind.
Yeah, so we could just apply a general save to it and treat it like an aura.
Well, during like for the first round of combat, a lot of enemies aren't going to be within your aura range.
True. Until later level.
Even later level, probably not at the start of combat. Because aura range is not actually the largest. Like, if I go to, because it's 5 times like character tier, which means a maxed out character has an aura range of 50 feet, which is pretty big, to be sure, but that is still not going to be like every enemy. Yeah.
Okay.
There's still going to be plenty of enemies that just won't hit if it's within aura range at the start of combat. So, yeah, it's pretty like decent of an idea. It's just, apply a save to the taunt condition.
So we're thinking, like, what are we thinking on it then?
Adding a save to the taunt condition. So just use the taunt save DC for enemies not to be affected by it, basically.
Yeah, basically, you rolling a deception check at the beginning of combat or whatever
To
and
apply
then
it.
to apply taunt. Well, there's literally a deception like based feat anyway.
Alright, so only at the start of combat you get to make that attempt. I think I'm good with that then.
Yeah, because it's all enemies in combat too, so
Rear back.
it's an encounter-wide taunt attempt at the beginning of combat.
Pretty much. You guys can continue, perfect.
Yeah, I'm just taking care of some things for this. At the beginning of combat, using deception. Add that.
Yeah.
Alright, next up, from Lightpaw, we have Unbroken. While you are at full willpower, regain 1 HP per interval. Unbreakable. When you spend willpower on anything, add 1 die to the pool of your next roll or subtract 1... Okay, they've got several here. So we'll just start with the first one. While you're at full willpower, regain 1 HP per interval. I'm not that opposed to that idea. Because a lot, like... It would give some value to not actually using your willpower on every roll.
Yeah.
I would probably say, keep it at, I mean, 1 per turn. It's just 1 HP. Do we want to, it would probably be true healing.
Yeah, it'd be true, which is the thing that I was looking at, where, like, if it's 1 true healing, definitely worth.
Yeah. Though my only concern there would be, my only concern there would be, Brain has decided to die.
Pat.
Oh, lack of scaling, but I think that would be good universally.
It's true healing. It's access to true healing. The scaling doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Unbroken. While you're at full willpower, regain 1 HP per round. Or per turn. Outside of combat, I would say 1 HP per hour. Kind of like we have other conditions work.
Yeah. I mean, that still means that, like, you know, let's say you're missing HP and you, like, just go throughout the day and, like, let's say you get into a fight but you didn't use any willpower, you'll just naturally be fine by the end of the day most times.
Yeah, Though let's face it, most players are going to wind up not getting any use out of this. But hey, if you wind up doing it, then, cool.
Well, it's also because here's another thing to think of. Because you regain actual HP true healing per turn, it will also automatically stabilize you in combat if you don't use willpower.
I think we will say that it will not stabilize you if you are... it will not stabilize you for balance.
I mean, is it really that big of a deal if they get stabilized?
Fair.
I can promise you Jace is taking this feat.
Alright, so that
He's
is...
never used will again.
So that is Unbroken, going to be added. Unbreakable. When you spend willpower on anything, add 1 die to the pool of your next roll or subtract 1 die from the pool of the next roll made against you.
I'm not too sure on the second part.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that second part.
Yeah, because honestly, re-rolling anyways, so adding an additional dice to the re-roll is fine with me.
Considering it's literally free as well, but it's also 1 dice, but you can use it in combat, out of combat.
Yep.
I'm not sure about the name either.
Yeah. Maybe Unshakable?
Yeah, willful negligence. That way we can give it to Nova.
I'm not sure about negligence, but I was playing with willful for it.
Well,
We could call it willful overcome. Or just willful.
I think I'd be fine with just willful.
yeah, maybe just willful, because the other thing is we also already have the feat of... here, let me pull it up real quick.
Ido suggested strength of will.
Yeah, because we also have one called Steadfast Willpower, which is being able to willpower twice per roll.
Alright, so we'll do... I would say we call it willful. And... I don't know about allowing it with second wind. But I think having it more simplified as when using willpower overcome, you get an additional die to the dice pool. Sound good?
It's fine by me.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay.
So when
Take it one more
using willpower, you get 1 additional die on the reroll. Hi, Gib Gab.
Hi, Geekcap.
I give
Why do you sound so tired about that? Or like
Look at his comment.
Ah, Gabby.
See, Eric
Your
gets
math is
it.
right here. Deal with it later.
All right,
Oh.
so
Marked by Destiny is interesting.
marked by destiny. When you are out of willpower, ones you roll explode. They still do not count as successes, but the re-rolled value may. The storyteller may also have something in store for you for weal or woe.
Yeah, wheel or woe is for good or bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that part is.
I'm assuming that's just a footnote of if the roll ends up being a critical failure with ones exploding.
Well,
I-
this would be if you're out of willpower, all ones are just automatically re-rolled.
No, not re-rolled. It's explode. The ones stay. It acts like a 10 explosion and another dice.
It just gives you an
Uh,
additional die, basically.
Yeah,
For
it
each
just
one.
yeah.
So it could be a cascading, or more likely, or just like. Unfortunately, due to the math, I think this would just make it so that way ones end up being more of a boon. Because you get that additional die, which could negate that one automatically.
Could
Yeah,
negate
well, the
the
thing
one
is
or
that
become a
it-
10.
Yeah, it mitigates the loss of the one.
Yeah.
Because technically speaking, the one already has a value of -1. Rolling another dice at standard difficulty is adding back a value of 0.4, repeating. So it turns having one on the roll into a -0. Like, it basically mitigates the losses of having ones.
Yeah, unless we treated ones exactly the same way we do with tens, which is -2 or subtract 2 instead of gain 2. But
I
that
don't
gets
like
messy.
I don't like that.
We
Yeah,
would
that
keep it
just
as
gets
just
messy.
-1.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
So,
on one hand, it's kind of fun for it specifically being when out of willpower, because normally people will use some and then keep their last couple, like last vigor and will in reserve for emergencies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
So like, it's interesting. I think it has some really neat play with it.
But I can see it being abused.
Yeah, it's very easily something abusable in its current state.
So it would need workshopping to be a little bit better.
Because it
balance-wise.
also doesn't account for like utilizing feat limit or anything, so it's just as a passive when you're out of willpower.
Yeah.
So like, I'd feel better about it. For example, you could use it a number of times, like equal to like feat limit or half feat limit, whatever we want for that.
I think we have. I think we have the boost die. Soul boost is a thing. I think we don't. I think the only reason the only way I would be okay with this is if it were with the when you're out of willpower.
Yeah, I mean, the when you're out of willpower part is what's making me okay with some of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just feels a little too abusable, IMO.
I
Well, the
will
only way to
say
find out-
each one will only explode once. So if you later, like, the one explodes and then you get another one that then you're stuck with that second one. So it could be a huge detriment where, well, that first one is now essentially at -2.
Yeah. So like, it can bite you, but it's also, it's just like, looking at it, if we implement like, it only allows you to re-roll the first set of ones, and you can only use it like feat limit times. I feel a lot better about this. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know about
Maybe
the
we should-
feet limit thing.
What'd you say, Zim?
I don't know about the feet limit, but otherwise, I mean, I'm okay with it just happening as long as you're out of willpower.
Okay.
Because of that chance to bite you in the ass.
All
The
right.
main thing I don't like is the name. Marked by Destiny is weird for this. Persistent Will?
Yeah, that's probably a better name for it.
Yeah.
Because the only other name that like came into my head was the equivalency of From Hell's Heart.
I
You know, the
I
whole
rethought of
Hell's Heart,
willful
damn it,
negligence again because it was funny.
What do you say?
I rethought of willful negligence as funny, but I had no
All right.
serious ideas.
So, yeah, for this, when you are out of willpower, ones explode one time. And that's it. Short, sweet, to the point.
All right. And then the next few feats or next few suggestions aren't feats; they're creatures.
Which we'll skip.
Yeah. So the next one.
Oh, that's an enemy.
Then there was the Scar character sheet suggestion, which I went noted and implemented literally over a year ago.
Okay, one sec. Was, deleting original
Yep.
message, forwarding it to on, etc.
Next one looks to be on July 27th, 2024.
Let's see. Past creatures. There we go. Okay.
Spy Key.
Yep. Key.
Where was it?
July 27th, 2024.
Oh, you mean June. Oh, wait, no, that's creature.
Yeah, July 27th. Actually, July 27th.
Okay, yeah, more.
Although I guess I can delete the thing from Gimmond in my response to it because I implemented that forever ago.
I'll take care of it.
All right. Yeah, I looked at that forever ago, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
So, feat/flaw suggestion, sensitive constitution. You are easily made ill by things most would not find particularly nauseous or sickening. However, this has caused you to become an expert at picking out potential offending factors. You have +1 difficulty on rolls to resist poisons, and rider of... I assume he means other effects?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
delivered
rider
vi-
effects are like other
Yeah.
ones that are.
Delivered via poisons, +1 to rolls related to diagnosing or treating poisons, as well as toward identifying poisonous factors, such as creatures, plants, fungi, liquids, etc. Also,
we'd have to fix the scaling part, but go ahead.
Slight backup here. Just realized we did not actually go over prereqs, if any, for those feat suggestions.
I mean, I think for the one where you have to be out of willpower, you need to have at least some amount of willpower for that to be something you're allowed to. If you're at 1 willpower, like...
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
that would be
persistent
scary.
will, I would say 3 willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sounds fair to me.
Duke.
For willful, I don't see any prereqs for that.
Yeah, because that one
Unbro-
just scales with how much you have to be able to use it. So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For unbroken, do we want a willpower on that?
It completely relies on you using no willpower, so I don't think it
yeah,
matters.
so it
how much
doesn't matter if
Yeah.
you
willpower
have
a person
one.
has.
It doesn't matter if you have 1 or 10. Using a will turns off the feat. So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
And then frail mean, deception 1 or deception 2. Yeah, I'd probably say 2 deception for that.
deception
At
2 is
least.
pretty fair for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Jen. Mwah.
Raijin.
It's all
Hey,
right.
Ryan.
And hello there, Yabi. Alright, so now back to the actual new stuff here. Sensitive constitution.
I mean, the positive definitely does not outweigh the negative. However, there's another thing to consider. Because you get a +1 towards identifying poisonous factors, I mean, I guess that kind of acts as like a knowledge check. But then again, blind rolls exist, so like, you know, I guess it's not too big of a problem. The big problem is just that it's more of a flaw than an actual feat.
Yeah, if we're gonna put a flaw on one, we definitely need it to be,
Balancing for something powerful.
Yeah.
yeah. It's gotta be, the benefit needs to vastly outweigh the bad. So I think as is, we're gonna deny it, but I'll put in the notes for Key if he looks in there to... that we will, you know, that the benefits need to strongly outweigh the bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to
There's
make notes of this.
effectively a negative with a specialty attached.
Yeah.
So that's a specialty effect there.
I should be tagging them on these. That way they know that we looked at their suggestions. Alright.
From last year.
Yeah, from last year. We've been busy. Item suggestion, I mean, Key's in charge of items anyways.
Yeah. The only thing that I'd be concerned about with that is the fact that I was very in favor publicly of using motes as the unit of measurement for magic, and I've been put in charge of magic, so you can guess what's kind of happening.
Moats.
Motes.
There's going to be castles with moats everywhere. Just everywhere.
Other
As far as
kinds
I
of
can
motes.
see.
I'm a sucker for alliteration. Motes of mana
Alliteration
for magic.
I wonder why.
Alliteration is good. Alliteration is good.
Item suggestion, creature, equipment, item, feature.
Alright, so... I'm gonna just send these over. You're in charge of items now.
He's gonna scree later. Do we want to look at Gimmon's feature ideas? Because he's got a couple here.
One sec.
Okay.
What was that?
Did we want to look at feature ideas as well?
Feature?
Because Gibbon has one that's interesting. Yeah, not a feat, but this one actually could be a feat.
Let me get to that.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to go in order here.
Well, it is the
Right.
next thing down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm still dealing with the item suggestions from Key, which, Key did have an equipment trait suggestion in here.
okay.
On 823, sharpening, only available on armor or shields. Plates applied to these pieces of equipment allow the wearer to sharpen their weapons, both natural and manufactured. The wearer may sharpen a weapon once per round as a swift or standard action, granting +1 success on the next damage roll made with that weapon.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty decent trait. Especially considering that, technically speaking, you could pre-sharpen, because it doesn't say next damage roll made with that weapon this round.
I could see it.
I mean, you know, it is, technically speaking, a 12 XP to power cap effect of getting a damage success.
At the
Which, like,
exchange of a trait and
it'd be a quick action.
a quick action.
But, like, also, you know, it's a trait that doesn't have to go on the weapon either.
Yeah. I'd be fine with it.
It's pretty decent overall, yeah.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and add that to the notes to be added to the trait, the equipment trait stuff, then.
Which I gotta update anyway, but you know. So many things to
I'll just copy paste this over for you, Raharu.
Okay.
Oh, right. Gotta do paste without formatting. There we go. Okay, so next up here. Because, yeah, some of these are multiple things in one post, which I want them to definitely have one thing per.
Understandable.
So this is another item suggestion. He is going to wake up to a whole bunch of pings. Because I am pinging it with each and every one of these with the message, "You're in charge of items now, blip." Alright, so feature idea. Limit break. One per character allows a character to purchase a 6th dot in one skill of their choice. That doesn't sound like a feature. It sounds like a feat.
I was going to say, this might be a good segue into epic level feats.
Yeah. Well, because also another thing to keep in mind is that by rules, that would then mean you're paying 55 XP for a 6th dot in something instead of just buying specialties like a normal person. So unless the purchase is also included with the feat purchase, it's also horrifically expensive.
I could see it as a feat after 30 dots that you can take and would include the dot.
Maybe 25 because we kind of consider late game starting at tier 5 characters, which is 25 attributes.
Yeah. But this could make a great, like, quote-unquote epic level feat, where you're hitting that point where you're becoming a master at stuff.
Yeah. Well, because also another thing to keep in mind is that, like, let's say if you use this for, like, evasion or integrity or whatever, the part that's really cool about this is because of our rounding rules. Let's say you're at 10 in an attribute, you're at 5 in an expertise, and you have 5 in the skill already. Going up to that would be 20 right there. Getting a +1 puts you at 21, which would raise your defenses up to the next rounding rule.
Yeah. So, I think this feature would actually make a great 25 dot plus feat. 25 attribute feat.
Alright, so limit break. Yeah, I'm good with that. New feat. Not there.
Oh, whoops.
There you go. So limit break requires 25 attribute 25 and 5 dots in the relevant skill. You're gonna need that already. And gives you a 6 dot in the skill.
Yep.
I'm not remaking the character sheet for this. You're putting in the bonus column like a normal human being.
Yes.
Yeah, at that point. Whenever you make an epic level character in any system, there's never room for any of it. You have to basically sit there and do all the stuff yourself. The system assumes that once you get there, if you ain't good, you're going to get good or forget stuff.
Well, there's also that in the fact I put in the bonus column like this kind of shit anyway, or like item bonuses to skills. So it's literally just the equivalency of it's already fucking there for this reason. You're putting it in the bonus column like a normal human being.
Use it or lose it.
Alright, so the next one I see Tal already took care of, so...
Well, it was the one part of it.
Oh, okay. Otherworldly infusion requires astral affinity. Once per scene, the person can use a quick action to raise one of their stats one stage after the scene. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Where I was basically letting him know in case he wanted to edit it. He never really edited it, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's basically a quick action self boost.
The only thing that I'm concerned about is picking that up literally just so that way you can raise your crit chance. Because that's a quick action, quick crit chance raise, and like that's all it's mostly going to be used for.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess an interesting way of twisting this and making it work is granting an additional +1 change to the next stat change that you apply to yourself, or gets applied to you. For like one of them, so like if you have like a +2, you apply a +3 instead.
I'm thinking we make it a general one instead of astral affinity. Mostly because we're kind of full on affinity traits. And I could see a lot of different, types being able to use it.
Yeah, especially if we just rename it to like infusion or power infusion or something.
I like that. I like power infusion, yeah. What I am thinking for this is that it will allow you as a quick action to give yourself a +1 to a stat change, except for crit chance. Because crit chance works on its own whole thing.
Yep.
But you have to subtract another stat change.
So an exchange.
Yes. So I guess power exchange, basically.
Power exchange, yeah. That'd work pretty well. Because also another fun thing that you can do is what you can do, like technically speaking, on the cheap is give yourself like speed buffs and then change that out for like power buffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, Ido.
Oh my god, Ido.
Oh, Ido, your handwriting is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Very,
yes,
very
it is.
I wish my handwriting could look half that good. What the heck? That's not fair.
Alright, so yeah, for notes here, power exchange will be the name.
Power exchange? I thought it was power infusion.
We're changing how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a quick action, you may increase one stat at the cost of reducing another stat. Cannot select crit chance. And I say no prereqs on this because it's, you know, you get the advantage and it's got a... What was that?
So the prereq is having a stat change.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, crap. I lost where it was. There it is. Alright, delete. Delete.
Hope I'm being
Delete.
censored.
Alright, so... Vari suggests static cling for electric affinity, an anti-disarm and or quick pickup feat. We kind of already have that? Or at least for the quick pickup part?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that either, like, both of those together, I mean... I guess, like, +1 difficulty to opponents trying to disarm you? I don't know if that's enough of a feat, though.
We could add scaling to it and tie it to a skill. Like emit.
But how would we, like... We can't do much with scaling difficulty.
Yeah, that's kind of not a thing.
Unless you want to add it to it. Isn't disarming an opposed roll?
It is.
Could make it so that way you could use a different skill altogether then too. When somebody tries to disarm you, you can use a mitt instead of athletics or whatever it is for disarming.
Is that really worth a feat, though?
I
It
don't.
is okay to say no to suggestions. I'm
Yeah, I was
just
about to
saying.
say, well, I prefer finding a way to make it work, but I'm not really thinking of one.
I'm not finding a clean way to make it work. All right,
Alright.
Gammon. You got to tell me something later, Gammon.
Yeah, we broke Geeman last night because we asked him when the date was. He did actually ask Ido out.
I heard. By the way, Ido, that's why I spammed you with emotes earlier. I was at work and I couldn't possibly actually get you, and the reason why I spammed you with emotes, Gammon. Because,
happening?
adorable.
Oh my god, it's happening!
It is happening.
Now we push them
Cute.
together and go, now you two kiss.
I have played Matchmaker successfully.
Happening!
Well, I suppose whether the successful part remains to be determined. Hopefully they work out as a couple,
Oh
but
my
you
god,
know.
it's happening! You're gonna be adorable!
They're going to get in the room and be awkward together. That's the way that things
It's
are
gonna
most
be
adorable.
so adorable!
It's too bad we can't watch openly and while everybody knows about it.
Hey, I'm as master, I can absolutely demand to be able to watch.
I mean, technically so could I, but I'm not mean, and I want it to work out, so I want them to be adorable and awkward with each other without us watching them. The first few times.
This is the first I've heard of this. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is so adorable.
How you doing
So,
there,
Gideon,
Ido?
how does the... Yes. As both of us go at the same time. I know Gaiman lurked, so he's probably not paying attention. Or he ran to the closet to be all blushy, which he has done.
But anyways, this one's from Ido. Affinity Recharge. Regain health slash receive a temporary stat buff if hit with an attack of a certain type, or possibly under the effects of Amped. I kind of like this idea.
What do you say?
I like this idea.
Well, this is basically the like some riff on flash fire, water absorb, like all those.
Yeah. So we could make a generic one that can be fit into an affinity that you currently have. So if you're shadow type and you get hit with a shadow attack, you can have this go off. Or if you get light type and you have a light attack hit you, you could have this go off. That way it's thematic to whatever thing it is and we're not restricting it.
Yeah, I like it. I think we'll make it where you choose one, because I like the idea of being able to receive health from it. And I also like the idea of receiving a stat buff. So when purchasing it, you can choose one of two effects.
I'm fine with that.
We can call it type infusement.
Type infusion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides, because I know that, for example, people like having things like fire absorb and water absorb and, those kinds of things in, the Pokemon games, for example. And this could be a way to have that in a good way. And also, just having a character, feed off of an energy type in a positive way, even when it's used against them, is, a classic for a reason.
Oh, yeah. Did we want to just restrict it to a type they have, or did we want to restrict it to a type they have that they resist, or a type that they resist? Or leave it wide open?
I'd prefer if it's at least restricted to a type they have affinity for.
Okay.
I'd also accept it being restricted to an intrinsic type, but also, at least affinity for.
Sorry, one sec. I got distracted by Vari.
How did Vari distract you?
They sent me a message saying, "Huh, I didn't make a suggestion." And I'm like, "You did. That was
Oh,
from
you
you."
did.
Way back when.
Yeah. I
Just
am
tell them
making
it was from last
screenshot.
year. He's made more than one. There's another one coming up.
Yeah.
Vari forgot.
I've already forgot.
Anyways, what were you guys saying about that? Sorry.
The restriction on energy type should be something you have affinity for, is what we were
Yeah.
discussing.
Or
I am-
intrinsic, because another thing that is possibly done would be picking something that you're like double weak to and pick up an affinity for it so you can put recharge on that. So like intrinsic is probably the safer choice, but also, you know.
Well, we'll have it be one of your original types, or one of your actual character types.
Those are called intrinsic.
Well, yeah. Intrinsic types. By picking it up, you have to choose one of the two effects, and you have to choose which type you're actually getting it for.
Yeah.
Because you don't automatically get both. But either way,
What happens if you choose basic type?
Lol.
does not apply to basic.
Lol. That would be funny, though.
Come on.
Okay, so type infusion. Does not apply with basic. Must choose one of your two intrinsic types. Yes, you could pick it up more than once, Ido. Raharu?
Sorry. Say it again.
Must be one of your two intrinsic types. Does not work with basic. You may choose one of two effects, regain health or receive temporary stat buff when picking up the feat. Now we need actual numbers on this. I don't necessarily want the regain health to be a flat, you took so much damage so you get 50% of it back. What if
they roll
instead...
intensity?
I was thinking they get to roll half of the dice, and that's how much healing it does. So they could potentially roll higher, but they are rolling with only half the dice.
So roll with half of the original dice.
Yeah. It's a little bit more complicated, but I feel like that might be more fun for the potential of actually healing from it.
I mean, I guess. It's just also like, it's weird scaling it off of. Because another thing that I'm thinking about for that is that This also lets you knowledge check opponents by knowing exactly how many dice you roll. So you know what their power
That's
roll
fair.
is.
That's fair. So yeah, integrity check for how much you heal then.
But like, it's pretty rare that we have things that specifically knowledge check things. One of the only ones that I could really think of is the whole like life skill trait.
Though there is the concern there of, you get hit with a quick action like 4 power move, and then you're rolling, 10 dice for how much healing you're getting out of it.
Well, that is true. But also, that is probably a mistake that the opponent isn't going to make again.
Fair. Very fair.
That's if they continue to hit you with that quick action move afterwards, then they fucking deserve it, honestly.
We will say it must come from an enemy, though.
I was about to put that out there. I was about to say that. Because otherwise, everybody could take a quick action, 1 power sting move, and just slap each other. That would be bad. So,
Stabby, stabby.
come here. I need to heal you, stabs.
And this also doesn't really. It would help mitigate, but it doesn't really change the whole if you're double weak to something thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're double weak to it, they're probably going to be slamming you for a ton of fucking damage. It's probably actually more worth it to pick something that you're double resistant to already, just so that way you basically just heal off of getting hit with those. The only other thing is what type of healing is it? Restorative?
Hey there, Milo. Part of me wants to say true, but I do think that would probably be a little broken. A little too broken.
Especially if it's with an integrity check.
Yeah, well, because the thing is about it is also that the thing to remember is you can't have your allies just, slap you upside the head for the damage in order to heal off of it.
Fair.
So, there kind of isn't too much of a difference in the moment of restorative and true healing.
Fair. So, yeah, we'll say it is true healing. And then for the stat buff, I would say the next attack, your next attack of the same type has -1 difficulty on accuracy and power.
All right, that's pretty good.
And maybe a stat buff of your choice, or a stat change of your choice. But no crit chance, obviously.
No crit chance. Yep. I'm pretty fine with that.
I mean, you're technically getting crit chance with the -1 difficulty.
Well, yeah, but
No. Well, no, but yeah.
Yeah.
only on that one roll, or the
Yeah.
2 rolls. A very good suggestion, I know.
Yeah.
Do we want any prereqs on this?
Well, if it scales off of integrity, we probably want at least summon.
Yeah, 2 or 3 integrity.
Integrity 3.
Well, only one side of it scales off of integrity.
That's fair, but it's also the only scaling it technically has. And this feels like an integrity thing.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
maybe 2 or 3.
It is a pretty strong one. It is very situational, and the enemy will probably make it only once. And hopefully your storyteller doesn't, do the thing of, ah, yes, I know that you have this, so therefore none of the enemies will make the mistake of hitting you. So, I would say integrity 2.
Integrity 2, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's always annoying when people do that, by the way. It's like, dude, I picked up this power for a reason. Come on.
Yeah, I very
Have
specifically...
Have a mook waste the fucking turn just hitting me with the thing. It's fine.
It's one thing if, like, you get a mook that hits you with it, sees what it does, and then, them or one of their allies gets away to then report it to others, but...
Yeah, they're not gonna, like let's say you choose fire on that. They're not gonna try and hit you with an incendiary again if they see you eat the first one and heal from it.
Hopefully. Sometimes stupid enemies are funny.
Sometimes stupid enemies are really funny, but also, they are no longer legally obligated to hit you with the thing you're best at.
The legally distinct idiot guy that keeps on hitting you with the same thing over and over again, screaming, "Why isn't this hurting you?" is always funny, though.
Nova would be hilarious because he'd somehow outdamage the healing.
Yeah, you roll one die and you manage to outdo their healing with it.
Aha! This is effective. Does it again. Undoes everything.
Alright, so next up from Ido, we have Light Affinity, Light Speed. As light is known to move fast, light-based actions have an increased initiative, or light types receive a bonus to initiative. So I guess kind of an aura of that?
I could see that being an aura.
An aura for increasing everyone's initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the only annoying thing would be moving in and out of range of the aura constantly, like just fucking with your initiative a lot.
Yeah.
It could be a decent effect though, of giving everyone on your side, like, what if it was, I don't know about like not like an aura, but maybe it like gives everyone on your side like an initiative buff.
I was about to say, we've technically introduced now an aura or an ability that goes off the beginning of battle.
Yeah, beginning of battle encounter abilities. So what if it just gives a +10 to everyone's initiative on your side?
Yeah, I don't think we do +10. That feels a little steep, doesn't it?
Well, a +1 initiative stat change gives you +10. But it could be a lower number. I was just going off of the stat change.
Yeah.
Because honestly, even getting like a +5 is still pretty.
What about one... Sorry. What about once per battle, not necessarily at the start, but once per battle, you may use this as a quick action to grant everyone within aura range, or all allies within aura range, +1 initiative stat change.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with that.
that's pretty good. That's fine.
And
Just
we'll
to
call it
activate
light
the
speed.
kick in the butt.
My only issue with this is that if we do make it light affinity, I'm going to feel compelled to come up with another affinity feat for all of the rest.
We... Put it on standby.
Yeah,
we
we'll put it...
we just pen the we just put the name as like, as pending. Name pending.
Well,
I really like
he specifically suggested it being a light affinity feat.
Yeah,
But we
don't
could-
have to keep it a light affinity feat.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll make it a
Because
general one and just make it light speed anyways. I'm good with that.
But because it's a thing where it's like, also I could see a bunch of people wanting this anyway.
That would be it's great for anybody that does party buffs.
Yeah. All right. So
Or also just like in general, because it's just good.
So yeah, light speed on this Raharu.
I think we should cut it after this one though, because 9:30.
Ah,
Yeah.
fair.
And unfortunately, I am re-burning out for the 4th time today.
We still have not even heard from Lightpaw. I hope he's okay.
He did.
Oh, he
He
did?
did message a bit ago.
Yeah,
You
he
did?
did respond it.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
did.
He said like 30 minutes before we will have started session that
Oh.
he just woke up. He didn't
Oh.
ping us, so
Yeah.
I think I clicked on to my Discord and was probably still on that, but I was going straight for the Scar suggestion, so I didn't even look.
it's okay.
I mean, at least he's good, right? He's doing okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, light speed. Once per combat, as a quick action, you may grant +1 initiative stat change to all allies within aura range. For this, a prereq, I would say initiative 3.
Yep.
It's a pretty strong one, so making sure that you have good initiative to share.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright.
I hear a very unhappy cat.
Yeah, he gets upset every time they close the door back there, but also they are very loud, so they have to close the door.
Hmm.
And of course, you know, when they open the door for him, he won't go in. Or if he does, he goes in for a minute and then wants back out. You all know how cats are.
Yep.
All
But
but mine.
anyways. Well, yeah, there are exceptions to every rule, but, you know.
I should have named my cat Mongol.
Alright, I think that is it, though. The blue bat, you... Oh, you had a condition idea from earlier or last month. I like
To be
that
fair, at least-
idea, but
At least we're back in the past year.
yeah. We're not more than a year ago. We'll get to it
Yeah.
eventually. Blue bat, I swear.
Yep. To be fair, we can go through most of these like pretty fast. Actually, we weren't exactly just in a rush today, though. We were just kind of like, you know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of time. Kind of.
When you say plenty of time, are you talking about 10 years or?
Oh, Ren. Never get to development. You guys ever wonder why games end up being late? It's this nonsense. Don't trust a company that releases something on time every time.
Yep.
Want to take us out, Zim?
Yes. So, thank everybody for joining us so far on the stream today. That was Scar Dev, or DevTales of Scar, with art. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, grabbing packs of cards through stream loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or just coming by and hanging out. But for now, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to grab some merch over at zgfgaming.store, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.